taxes are not hard. People just don't understand taxes. It wasn't just about taxes. It was about them having power over their future. Taxes can be very intimidating because we aren't not taught this. The first question I asked a lot of business owners, what is your business entity? And they're like, I'm an LLC. I'm like, okay, what's your entity? I don't know.
Put a finger down if taxes make you uncomfortable. Put a finger down if you ever avoided opening an email because you're scared of if it is about money. Put a finger down if you're running a business but still feel unsure about how you can write off or how you can actually save on taxes. Put a finger down if tax season brings stress instead of strategy. And put a finger down if you ever thought, I'll figure this out later, even though you know it matters. If you put even one finger down, stay right there because this podcast is for you.
This is She Means Business. A podcast created for women building real legacies. Here, stories meet strategy. We spotlight the people behind the brands, the decisions behind the success, and the lessons you can actually use. You will learn tools, resources, and honest conversations from founders, leaders, and visionaries shaping what business looks like now. If you're building something that matters, you are in the right place. Welcome to She Means Business.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Andrea. Welcome to She Means Business podcast. I am a photographer, a personal brand developer, and the publisher behind She Means Business magazine. Today's guest is a tax expert and a business owner who's changing the way women think about money. She believes understanding your taxes is the key stepping fully into your CEO role and building a profitable, sustainable business. We are breaking down how to save money, navigate new tax updates and credits for 2026, and turn taxes into strategy instead of a stress point. This episode is about clarity, confidence, and growth. Please welcome the CEO of Sonia's Tax Services, Sonia Yvette. Bienvenida.
Wow, thank you. What an intro. That was amazing. I love that.
Ooh, I can have fireworks with you, my friend. I mean, you totally deserve it. And I am
Yes.
so happy that you're here. I know it's your busy season.
Yes.
Well, pretty much all year for this woman is busy season. I know you're super busy, which is great, right? We are like very active, which is good. So how's life?
Life is amazing. Thank you so much, Jackie, for allowing me to be here in this space, in your podcast, and your beautiful vision. I've known her for more than a long time, a decade.
Don't say years, please, because...
And she took my first photos. So being an entrepreneur and having a vision is so important because if we don't have a vision, we don't know where we're going, right?
That's right.
And we need other people to see that vision sometimes. And thank you for that. I appreciate that.
And you're very good at it because I've seen you growing on social media. I've seen you, of course, grow your business from zero.
Yes.
And well, we were saying that we've known each other for a very long time. And when we say very long time, it's a very long time. You've seen my beginnings, I've seen yours. And seriously, my hat's off because, I mean, you are all the way up, my friend, and it is amazing. But first, before we get into the more serious subject, I want you to introduce yourself for people that might not know you.
I am Sonia Yvette. I've owned a tax business here in Las Vegas for more than 15 years. I've served the community over 10,000 clients. I've actually started my own software about 4 years ago. I love technology. I love AI. And I'm just a woman that's on a mission to help other women become CEOs. Sometimes that word CEO can be a little bit intimidating. I literally did not use that word till about a year. You know, it's all about becoming her, that worthy, in a competitive world with men and money and finance and us being creative people. And, we attract a certain persona as women. So when women look at me, I'm like, you're a CEO. And that, shifts within them. And that's who I am.
And you are also inviting women into that to really take that confidence and say, I'm a CEO too. And I love that of you. Thank you so much for your service because we need more of you in this world. I feel that, as you said, as women, we're sometimes scared of businesses or of money, of investing, and nowadays I feel that it is a lot more important to talk about money, right? And how we can grow because I mean, believe it or not, money is everything. I mean, I know people say money is not everything. It is not, to a point, right? But it can buy you nice things, and it can take you places, and it can help you reach goals sometimes. And also being that person, you know, that pushes through, which is you. I want to say this because Sonia was in our very first campaign for She Means Business, and listening to her story firsthand, one-on-one, was amazing. I known her for a long time, but I just feel that that day I knew another side of your story that I didn't know about. And it was really magical. If you have the book of She Means Business campaign, the very first one for 2024, please go ahead and read her story because it's amazing. This podcast is not about her story because that will take maybe 3-4 podcasts, but it is about what your expertise is. So you work in taxes, and I need to confess this, okay? I'm going to confess this. Taxes and I are not the best friends.
Yeah. Taxes and death. I heard that around. Death and taxes are guaranteed. Nothing else.
Yeah.
I got into it because of my family. I am a communications major. I love, communicating in business. I've always been an entrepreneur. My mom and my dad are both entrepreneurs. And so for me, when I joined the family business, I was like, wait, taxes, this is like so boring. Raise your hand if you love taxes. Right? Like nobody likes taxes.
Crickets.
Crickets. But you know what? Taxes are not hard. People just don't understand taxes.
Period.
So my mission has, to me, it was something that I was born into and I didn't even think about it. So for me, it was helping people. And I came to Las Vegas. I did not know anybody. And all I did was help the community, the underserved community, Latinos, people that weren't really educated. So my passion was just, hey, I'm going to show you. And from, educating my clients on their taxes, they bought their houses, they had their kids graduate college, they were able to get their immigration status. So to me, it wasn't just about taxes. It was about them having power over their future. Their taxes can be very intimidating because we aren't not taught this. Mm-hmm. We're not taught what it is. Most people, you ask people, I go to a lot of events and conventions for business. A lot of people are like, I don't want to talk about that. I'll buy 20 houses. I'm a flipper, but taxes go over there, right? So here I am, we walk into these rooms where it's all real estate people. And because of that, social media, that I've used social media, it has helped my business so much because I'm just being myself. I'm just showing up and helping people understand something that they're so afraid of. So if that's you over there watching and you're afraid of taxes, give me a call. I'll teach you and you don't have to be afraid.
I'm afraid of taxes, so I need you to hold my hand and really guide me through it because it's not that I'm afraid. It's just one of those words. And this morning I was on a breakfast with my husband and he's like, oh, by the way, we need to prepare all the documents for the taxes. Oh, it's completely ruined my mind. Even though I know in my head that I have somebody helping me with it, and she keeps me organized. She doesn't do my taxes, but she keeps me organized in order for me to say, here it is, that in the time that I needed. But so you came into this world with a superpower, and it's really educating people into how to get organized and don't be afraid of it, and really give them the power of decisions and big decisions. So you just talk about immigration status, and that is huge for a lot of us Latinos. So so let's see. Step number 1. Let's say that you have this person that hates taxes. How taxes and I can become BFFs?
Just understand it. That's it. It's not that complicated. I have clients that have started with $20,000 a year to over 6 figures, $2 million clients, and money is my friend, right? And money is just numbers. And so when you understand it's like a numbers game and how things get distributed, that's all it is. And as business owners, we work with a lot of business owners, and sometimes, they're not educated in their own business, which to me, it's like, I want to make sure that you can make that $1 million, you can make $10 million, but if you don't understand your money, that's where we come in. I build a team of women entrepreneurs. We have bookkeepers. We have real estate. We have payroll. We have so many, business structuring. So the first question I ask a lot of business owners, what is your business entity? And they're like, I'm an LLC. I'm like, okay, what's your entity? I don't know. And to me, that's like, you should know your business first because that's your money. That's your business. And how are you going to get to those levels?
So, so clarify that part because you ask, what is your business entity? My response will be an LLC too. So what is the difference?
Are you classified with the IRS? What is your EIN classified as?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. So most, yeah.
You're like, you are my perfect client
So
right here.
for example, it's not that, people just, it's IRS talk. So entity means, are you a 1065? Are you an 1120? Are you a partnership?
Okay. I need to look into that now because, again, I have somebody that I completely delegated. And that is wrong, you guys, because I feel that us as business owners should know this firsthand, these answers. So today I'm going to go and figure that out because it is not pretty to not to know that part.
Yes.
How important it is to know that.
Yes. So I teach taxes, right? So we always have this thing in our classes, the Trump taxes. Like, how does he structure, right? So we give like this whole class on it, how he's structured and how he's able to do certain things that most people just hear on the news. Like, oh my God, he doesn't pay taxes. How is that possible? It's all about understanding. It's a formula, right? So once we educate people, I mean, I've had clients who started their business that are booming right now that they pay a lot of money to their CPAs and they're like, okay, I want to know why I pay $10,000 to my CPA. All right, come take my class and I will walk you through it. Once they leave my class, they're like, wow, like it was beyond value. So I offer value. It's not just about the money. I like to empower my clients because I have people that are way smarter than me that still pay me to do their taxes. Why? Because they say, I want you to do it because I trust you that you do your work.
Right.
I have very, very important clients. I have a lot of social media influencers. I have some of the top real estate flippers that I help and we manage their stuff. And because, I'm all about communicating. I'm all about making my client feel heard and understood and making them feel empowered with their finances. We can go anywhere. You guys have any choice, right? But my whole thing is I'm not in competition with anybody. My competition is to grow my business, empower more people, have more women entrepreneurs. I love when I have moms that become entrepreneurs. It's like, yeah, the kids look up to them. Mom, you look so pretty today. Where are you going? And
that's awesome.
I'm going to work with my high heels and, they look pretty. They feel good. I'm always like, you feel good, you look good, you smell good. You walk in the room and you own it.
That's right. That's right. And I love that because I feel that sometimes we forget about that part, right? We are business owners, but we're also moms, we're wives. And then it's like, we don't pay attention so much, but you're always looking like this every single time. And that is amazing. I mean, it's part of what you do. It's part of feeling empowered. So going back to the taxes. Okay, so the step number one then is really recognizing what type of business do you have, seeing the behind the scenes, right? The core of it, so you can actually know where you're going. So what is new in taxes in 2026?
So right now we do have a new bill that was passed recently, which is the Big Beautiful Bill. It's going to be a lot of changes. Go to your professional tax preparer, your CPA, because everything that's changed is in the system. So right now, I just left my office and I saw the refunds and they're not lying. They're pretty big refunds. I just had a client that, the system is up and running and the tax credits are going to be the biggest tax credits ever in the history. You guys heard me right. The biggest tax refunds for children, education, for investors. There's a lot of credits for entrepreneurs, deductions for your cars. You have to. We're not just tax preparers, we're tax strategists. Mm-hmm. So, we have clients with Ferraris, Mercedes-Benz, like different cars, trailers, trucks that they buy, equipment for their business, deductions. And we work with you all year so that you don't just come to us at the end and like, okay, here you go. No. Mm-hmm. We book.
It's a process.
It's a process. So we tax strategize our clients. We believe in, again, back to what we were saying, understanding your finances.
Mm-hmm. So, and how can people have access, or other than going with you? Is there any other way that they can actually get the access to all this information?
I mean, honestly, if you have a good relationship with your CPA, your tax preparer, there's the updates are there. We're very informed. We go to conventions. We go to a lot of seminars. We're always up to date. We are part of a lot of communities, Latino tax services, Latino tax community, where we're always updating with CPAs. We have a community of, people that we're involved with that we all keep each other accountable. So we have EAs, enrolled agents. We have CPAs. I mean, we work with some of the top people, with real estate flippers. We have strategists that work directly. So one of my girls at the office, she's a bookkeeper for small business owners. We have a lot of TikTokers, influencers, social media people that make millions of dollars. So what do is we strategize them throughout the year. they come in and they have something called a profit and loss statement, which is I made $1 million, but I spent this much on my business. Okay, there's a lot of things on social media that are not true, and that's why I really don't share much of that stuff, because to me this is very, very important. And if you don't say the right thing, it can affect somebody, because there's a lot of things that people say on TikTok and social media that are not accurate for everybody's case.
Right. It's not one size fits all. It really depends on what your situation is and what type of business you have.
Correct. So a lot of us professionals that take this very serious, we're very diligent with the way we share things, because everything's always changing and we are responsible for somebody's finances. So for us, we don't play lightly with that. I love social media. I think it's a great tool. I think every business owner should be on social media, because there's eyes on you. Everything's connected to ChatGPT, Google, Instagram, TikTok. Yet I wouldn't rely my information to go online. I would still trust a professional. I'm not going to fix my car from ChatGPT, right? Sorry.
I mean, it's pretty accurate, but still, you cannot just take it lightly, especially when it comes to your business. I feel that it is such an important thing that we need to keep in mind all the time. So Sonia, there's so much I want to ask, and I really want all my questions to come down in the right order. But right now, we're going to make a quick pause. We will be back.
Thank you to our partners who make these conversations possible.
We are back into our interview. We're talking about taxes with the one and only Sonia Yvette. Before we continue with the conversation, I just want to show you something. So the first issue of She Means Business magazine was out in January 1st, and we are very proud of it. You can go to www.shemeansbusinessmag.com, and you can take a look and read all the articles that we have in this magazine. March 1st is the second issue coming out, and I'm very excited about that one too. And let me tell you, that one is the International Women's Day edition. So I am very excited, because it's full of really cool information for all of us women entrepreneurs. So Sonia, tell me more, please. Enlighten me. So far, I've been learning a lot. So I really want to put people in perspective on the power that you have when it comes to educating. So you mentioned also that you have classes. Tell me about the classes.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, we saw a huge shift in everything that we do. Obviously, having people brick to mortar, it's a different type of business nowadays. Everything's online. People want to review you. They want to check your business. So during that time frame, I realized there's such a need, right? People don't understand their taxes. I'm always teaching my clients. Literally, I will teach my clients because I love to teach. So we started, I've been a coach for a long time. I'm very involved in many different communities with coaching, personal development, Tony Robbins. I love mindset coaching. So one of my assistants well, why don't you teach taxes since you love coaching? I was like, wait, what? I can teach taxes? This is what? I didn't even think of that. So we started with courses about 4 years ago. I would start with entrepreneurs, business owners, and I would say, let me teach you about your business. And from one client, we've had over 20, 30 people. And now what I did during that time was I was able to create a software based on my education and based on the knowledge that we did through AI. So I actually put 101.tax together. I just certified 4 women now. So I have about 10 ladies under me that are all business owners, CEOs of their own business. And we show them how to, do taxes specifically for small business owners, bookkeeping, and social media marketing.
So this is for people that want to learn about taxes for their own business, or people that want to teach as well or help others?
Actually, it evolved. So it's been evolving because I've been seeing the need. So what started off as 101.tax was very basic taxes. I would teach everybody from the 1040 up to a Schedule C, up to how to read a W-2. So very, very informative from A to Z taxes, I would say, okay? I would teach you everything just because I'm you guys need to learn this, right? And after a time, it evolved into more people that are more into taxes that didn't understand how to make more money. So what I did, I was like, all right, so now I have my software. Now I'm going to launch you through my software, and I'm going to teach you everything that I've known in 15 years. So now I build business owners that are tax preparers that want to be their own CEO, So a lot of the women that work in my business actually have their own tax business. So they work for me and they also do their own taxes and they make money.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's awesome. So that system, you said you just started it last year?
No, we had 101.tax with the software for about 4 years.
4 years,
So we
okay.
started like a beta. So I was starting as a beginner course, which was very basic, 101. And then it evolved into, I just know so much information and value that now I scaled. So now I train EROs. So now I train people how to how to run their tax office. Basically. So I had somebody from California. She is in real estate and she does taxes. And I have another lady here in Vegas who now is growing her own tax firm. Nothing's under me. It's your business.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm just your mentorship. So now I do tax mentorship for tax business owners.
That is awesome. And how about people like me that just want to know about taxes? Is that also open for me?
Yeah, I mean, we can teach you. The thing that happened, Jackie, was this. It was taking too much time. And if you're not, you want to learn, and I have a passion to teach people. I would teach you, everything that I know. It's just for a business decision, it's wiser to start with people that are already in the tax industry that just need that little push to,
right. Just a little step.
Yes.
More information on the education that
Yes.
did. Okay.
Or hold their hand, us women, as entrepreneurs, moms, we have families, I'm here to guide them.
Yeah.
And why waste time, And now it's social media. I mean, I walked out of my office. Somebody's like, I found you on Instagram. I want you to, take my money. I'm like, okay, wait, I got to go. But the power of social media and marketing is powerful.
Amazing. And I want to talk about that with you before, after we go. But I want to ask you first, if you could put in 3 specific tools, how people, mortals like me, can get organized with their taxes. Let's say that we don't have somebody to help us, right? So what will be those 3 best steps and the most important ones that we should take in order to get organized with taxes?
The first step is understand your bank account. You should not be mixing your personal with your business.
Okay.
Number
okay.
1.
Check that.
Keep your business, it has an entity. Your business is a business, right? And I understand as entrepreneurs, money goes in, money goes out. It's like a flow, right? But the best entrepreneurs that I've worked with, it's just being organized. And that's what when they said, bring me all the documents, just get everything organized throughout the year. We have this thing called profit and loss where you can go from month to month to month to month. And I think that for me, I've seen that's been the easiest. So you can actually categorize all of January
Okay.
and then February, and then you see where the high months are and the low months.
Okay.
So you have seasons.
That's a tool you mentioned?
Yeah, so it's like a profit and loss statement.
Oh, okay.
So you can do
Yeah.
it on a monthly basis.
Okay, yes.
So your bank even offers it now with all the technology. If you have a business account, if you are a business owner, you must have a business account.
I use QuickBooks. Is that something?
Very good.
Very good. Okay.
QuickBooks
Okay, good.
for your business.
Yeah, for my business. Yeah.
Excellent job. So yeah,
Okay.
QuickBooks is another great tool that keeps you organized, but I know you also have to learn about it.
Yes.
Yes. We have somebody at the office, so.
Okay, that can teach you about it?
Yeah, we teach QuickBooks too.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
so Stephanie, she actually teaches small business owners how to use QuickBooks. We offer classes on QuickBooks.
Girl.
Yes.
Oh, you have it all there.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like I'm going to go to Sonia's University this
Yes.
year. That's what I'm going to
Yes.
do. Okay, so the first step will be understanding your business,
Your bank account.
your bank account, and then using the right tools.
Using the right tools. So first is you must have a business bank account, business credit card, and then you get your profit and loss statement, which is lifesaver. And like Jackie said, QuickBooks is a great tool, but again, you have to understand how to use it. So you know what? The best thing is ask. You guys can give us a call. We're here to serve you if you have a consultation, and we'll guide you. Because my biggest thing is if you feel good about your money, you're gonna make so much more money.
Yes.
Because you can't be scared of money. Scared money doesn't make money.
Exactly. I like that. I like that. So what will be number 2?
Number 2, well, like I said, first you have to have your
Okay.
business bank account. Then
That's
you get
not-
organized with your profit and loss
Getting
statement, and then
organized.
you can do a QuickBooks.
Okay, so those are your 3 real tools and advice that Sonia has given to you right away that you can put in action right away. But if for some reason you need to learn something, then you go to Sonia and she will teach you everything. She knows and she has all the people that will help you and really to
Yes.
serve you and understanding all this fun stuff. That is fun.
Yes.
At the end,
Yes.
like once you're understanding, as you said,
Yeah.
it should be fun.
Yes.
So, Sonia, tell me about social media because you've been very active in social media. You mentioned also that clients come out of social media, but also you mentioned that you cannot just give advice just like that,
Yes,
right?
correct.
So that's very important. But okay, social media. How did you get into it?
Well, for me, I have a real business. I've been in a business before social media existed. It was called Google, and that was it. I
That's
think
it.
that was what we had back
An
in the day.
encyclopedia, if you recall back in the day.
Yellow pages, okay?
Yellow pages.
That's how you got it, or word of mouth,
That's right.
So social media came about, again, during that pandemic time. Everybody's on Google, everybody's going on TikTok, I believe, and Instagram. And for me, yeah, I used it, but I never expected to get clients from social media. I just didn't understand that at the time. So, last year, I was like, you know what? I work with all influencers. Like, I work with some of the top influencers, and I see they're making money. Like, why am I not doing this? Like, what am I doing wrong? I have a real business.
Right.
They have an online business. Why not try it out? So what started as a fun Christmas jingle, we all love a Feliz Navidad or all I want for Christmas. My husband says I can't sing, but I try.
I think you sing beautiful.
So, it started as a jingle, just let's put it out there.
Yeah.
We started and then, all right, well, what do we do? Just get it on video. And I'm pretty much what you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, so true.
so to me, it was like, all right, let's just add it on. And I know as a business owner, we have business to run. We don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm.
We have a real business and social media is another business. It's a business.
So hard sometimes.
So for me, I never saw it like I'm going to take this serious because I worked with influencers. So I would just take on their tools. Like, what are they doing? Okay, so for example, the first thing is we did the jingles. We hired somebody that would just do content part-time. It was just, really just talk about what you do. Oh, we're here in Las Vegas, Sonia's Tax Services. Come check us out. Give us a call, 702-685-1111. I can do this in my sleep. So why not put it on video now? So we started, especially with the communities, TikTok, everybody's on their phone, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a restaurant
Yeah, everyone is on their phone.
at the airport.
Sadly.
So I'm like, I need to get from here to there.
Yeah.
So we started, and in 1 year, let me tell you guys, my business, it rocked. It literally, the opportunities and the people and the connections, I'm like, wow, like God is so good because, I never understood that. It's a tool, like AI, technology, QuickBooks, understanding things, knowledge is power, and not be afraid of it. But if you're going to be using social media as a source of your business, you have to be intentional.
Yeah.
I have my personal account and I have my business account. So when I realized like my business social media is a business, I treated it as a business.
Oh, okay.
I don't treat it as social media. I'm a business person. You're a business person. So when you go on my page, aesthetically, it's a business page. I don't share food. I don't share my personal. To me, as a business person, I want to know. It's like the owner of Nike. I mean, we don't see his face. You see ambassadors. You see sports. You see them in action. You see the business. So that's how I saw it. And by being very intentional and working with some of the top influencers on social media, the skills, you have to be intentional. You have to, even have a timer for yourself. We have a time that we post every day. I might be sick. I might be in bed, and my team's like, okay, she has to post. We posting. Everybody post around here. It's like a production.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The colors. You're sending unconscious cues to an audience, and everything is very marketing. And if you understand the power of sales and persuasion, I mean, that's all it is.
But I think that you also discover a happy medium because, as you said, what you see is what we get, right?
Yes.
So, yes, it's business, but yet still so you.
Yes.
So I feel that is such a magic moment whenever
Yes.
you get to see all that blended together into a social media account. So I really, really, you're doing an amazing job. I follow you, and she's always very active in social media, which I am sure because some people ask me, how do you do it to be so active? I'm like, if I'm sitting in the studio, I just grab my camera and start recording, and then I post it. I don't even look at it. I don't
Yes.
even look at it anymore.
Yes.
And it's like, if I said something wrong, it's just going that way. And I
Yes.
know I say wrong things like pronunciation-wise. I don't pay attention to that anymore as long as people understand what I'm
Yes.
saying. And I feel that that's who you are too. It's like, this is
Yes.
so you.
Yes.
And your team is doing an amazing job. And you were able to get clients out of it. And very important, being intentional.
Yes.
I think that some people are like, okay, I'm just going to, 2026 just arrived. So it's like, oh, I'm going to be more in social media. but how? How do I present myself? They don't even know who they are. So how can they put it out, right? And you discovered that.
You know what I discovered, Jackie? I discovered that you have to be yourself. I could not be on social media if I wasn't me. You know,
So hard.
It's so hard because you can't, I care about people a lot, and I'm very loud and outgoing, but at the core, like, I want to get my message across, and I feel like being authentic nowadays, it's so hard. So when you really share, like, who you are, the bloopers, the behind the scenes, and like the funny part. And like, women walk in our office, they're like, okay. And then all of a sudden they're like, whoa. You're like, wow, what happened there? It's like we transform women just like you. She means business. You unlock their belief. And I feel like I did that once my identity as a woman and as a CEO stepped into becoming her. I felt like I was able to show up as her without, like the doubting or the confidence, because like the right people are always going to come to you.
Yeah.
And I've gotten amazing things that we had a Christmas dinner paid for by one of our clients, and it was amazing. And he never shares or he never comments and people are watching. That's what I want to say. Be intentional, but people are watching.
And you're inspiring others too to be intentional and be
Yes.
out there, and I think that that's another thing that I applaud of you. I met you, as we said, a long time ago. We met dancing in Zumba. I was her Zumba instructor back in the day, in our LVAC days. And you were the front row diva, and I always saw that potential in you. You were very young. I think you were just out of high school or something like that.
No.
Or no? Okay,
No,
well,
okay.
or you look like you were just
Yes,
out of
yes.
Okay. But and I remember I saw all this potential in you, and then life happens, and we
Yes.
kind of just
Yes.
moved away from each other, and then we reconnected, and then I see you doing all this. You're really helping the community. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
How can people find you?
Sonia's Tax Services here in Las Vegas on Instagram, TikTok, on Google. You guys can find us.
That's right. So make sure that you follow Sonia everywhere, because she is amazing, and I know that by just sharing your experiences and how you learn things and how to do things, you're really helping a lot of us, even if it is just with your dances. I
Yes.
just love that of you on your social media. So thank you so much, Sonia. I really appreciate your time. I know you were in a trip and now you're here, so it's like you're always traveling, which is great. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything else you would like to share?
I just want to share something. I just want to share for everybody watching, don't be intimidated. One of the most wonderful things is when you transform in front of yourself. And when you do that, the possibilities become endless.
I love that. I would like to close with that. Nothing else to add, because that was amazing. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember that we still have the memberships for the She Means Business magazine. We have a subscription, so you can read the digital version of She Means Business magazine online. However, you can get the printed copy that is full of tools, and we made it intentionally for you to write your goals. And I really want everyone to have a copy of She Means Business magazine. So, Sonia, thank you so much again. We will see you guys in the next episode of She Means Business Podcast. Hasta pronto.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. See you all in the next episode of the She Means Business podcast. Hasta pronto.